these topics.
All right, we are back, folks. Welcome back to the next episode of RomeBros. We are here. We got another quiz board that we're going to do, and then after that, we're going to go back to your regularly scheduled program where we're all sitting on a couch talking about random shit no one cares about. So join us for this quiz show. If you didn't see the last episode where we did the other two quiz show boards with my dad, make sure you check that out, and make sure you check out all the other videos that we've done because they're cool too. Might be a reference in here that you wouldn't get unless you watch those ones. Who knows? But here we go. We got different categories this time.
Yeah, we're in it now.
You gotta change the team name.
Yeah, I gotta change the team names here.
Do better this time.
Oh, okay. Apparently I need a different
He
name.
lost by 100 points. Do you want a different name?
Yeah.
Saint Rita.
Can I just be Dr. Bootyhole?
Okay.
Yeah, we can do Dr. I don't know if we can do that big. We can do
Dr.
Dr. BH.
BH.
Yeah, Dr. BH.
Okay.
There we go. Every time you...
Chungus is pretty long.
Yeah, but the thing is that the screen capture is like only a little bit bigger than that. So, what if I do Dr. Booty H?
Okay.
We'll do that. That should be fine. Okay, so Dad won the last one, so you got the board.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's just start at the top there. Monkey butts for 100.
All right. Long Beach, Compton, the Bronx, and Miami are considered the geographical centers of which genre?
It's actually music related. Okay. Those are all in. Well, no, Miami's not in New York.
Yeah, two are in California.
Well, we got Matt Man.
I was thinking Long Island.
What is rap?
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a gangster.
You know, there's one thing that my dad's been described as. It's gangsta. With an A. Nope, it's not ER. With an A.
All right, let's keep the momentum going. Monkey butts for 200.
All right. Your foot is the most common body part to get bitten by what?
It's like a lot of things.
Right?
Do I want to lose 200 points? Sure, whatever. I'll go for it.
All right, we got Darius buzzing in first.
What are ants? Yeah.
If you're given a side there, my answer is what is fire ants?
No, no, it's insects.
That's fine. You can take the points. It's fine.
It's up to Game Master. What would you like to do?
I mean, but ants are insects.
Yeah.
So I'd
I
say
don't
give it to
know.
him.
Yeah.
You got to? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, do you give an award the points?
Huh? You give it to yourself.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. My bad. Thank you. Not used to saying Dr. Booty H.
Let's keep the train rolling. Monkey butts for 300, please.
All right. What is the title of the song that the Beatles wrote about monkeys?
The Beatles wrote a song about
I
monkeys.
can hear it, but I don't know the name of it.
We'll sing the lyrics to it.
If he sings it, Game Master, will he get points?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay, what is Hey, Hey, We're the Monkeys? No, that's not it?
That's not them.
That's not the Beatles?
No.
That's
Oh,
the monkeys.
that's
the
the
Monkeys.
monkeys. Oh, yeah, they're saying we're the monkeys.
That's from their TV show.
All right.
All
Dr.
right.
Booty H losing those points
Jeez
immediately to
Louise.
the
What's
odds.
the answer?
What is everybody's got something to hide except me and my monkey?
Oh, man.
Okay. Just like that, Big D loses the points he just got for the granting of the insects.
We're gonna redeem it, though. Monkey butts for 400, please.
All right. Who sings Brass Monkey?
Told you.
All
Are you
right.
supposed to buzz it?
He did. What you got?
Who are the Beastie Boys?
You got it.
Did you know that one, Dad?
Now I remember it, yeah. But I couldn't think of it at the time.
Okay.
Monkey butts for
I don't even know what
500,
any of those
please.
words are that are being said.
All right. Who sings I'm a Believer?
Is that also I'm holding on for a hero till the end of the night?
Sorry.
He's got to be strong, he's got to be fast, and he's got to be hit from the heart.
I'm a believer.
Oh, it's that one.
And see, which, yeah, I know who sang the remake, but I don't know who sang the original.
So nobody's gonna guess?
Yeah,
This is a classic, guys.
no. Oh, the Monkeys! Duh! Jeez!
It's in Monkey Butts
Right,
for
yeah.
500!
Right, yeah, sure. Oh, man.
How could I not know that?
That's so
That's
silly.
terrible.
All right, applesauce for 100, please.
All right. Who wrote Hallelujah?
Is that Hallelujah, It's Raining
It's
Bacon?
Hallelujah.
Or is it
Oh.
Hallelujah? What if there's like 2 Hallelujah songs?
I doubt this is the Hallelujah they're talking about, but I do have a guess.
All right. What is it?
Who is Paramore?
No.
They do sing a song called Hallelujah.
Okay, but not this
For
one.
the fucking record.
Not this one. What is Leonard Cohen?
Oh, that one. Okay.
Never heard of him.
That's the more slow, like, Hallelujah. Yeah. But no, Paramore's version is way better.
I think your mom would have answered Pentatonics.
They don't.
They
Do
do
they
a
sing?
version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Applesauce for 200. Yeah, you were right.
Crisscross. Pink Floyd sang what song with fruit?
This is my dad right here.
I can't think of it. Sorry.
Come on, Dad. Pink Floyd's your thing. You
I
have a
know.
shirt that says Pink Floyd
I know,
on
I
it.
know. I can't think of a song with fruit.
Oh my god.
They had a fruit salad thing, I think, but I don't
Fruit
know.
salad, yummy yummy.
Yeah, I
All
don't-
right, we got no takers. So, what is apples and oranges?
It is an applesauce, man. They're actually, they got us, dude. They did nothing related to the category for so long.
Right,
Now
now
they're
they're
like, the
like,
category.
yeah, now it's like,
But I still don't know this song, so sorry.
Okay.
yeah, keep it going. Applesauce for 300.
All right, where is it against the law to have a pet dog? Oh.
Hopefully nowhere.
Right, what?
All right, Mattman.
I'll say Singapore.
No.
Oh.
That's
They
like,
are trying to
Wah,
Shrek
wah.
with their canings.
We got anybody else? No? No? All right. What is Iceland?
Why?
they probably don't want them dying in the volcano.
Are you
Or
not
maybe,
going to go to Iceland?
or maybe all the dogs are wolves there. They're too vicious. Yeah, let's keep it going. Applesauce for 400.
All right. Rotten Apple is sang by which band?
No, I know of Bad Apple.
Yeah,
I don't know of Rotten Apple.
I'm not familiar with that ditty.
Nobody?
No takers.
What is Alice in Chains?
Oh, okay.
Never heard of
Great
either of those
band.
things.
We're old.
Applesauce for 500.
Okay, it's just going through this really fast.
Yeah.
What are you breaking about? Wait, what? What are you breaking about a 1/4 in of every day?
Inch. What are you breaking about a 1/4 inch of every day?
What are you breaking about? Okay.
Oh, a 1/4 inch. Okay.
Oh, okay. You're seeing. Hey, you guys picked me to do this.
I still don't know.
No clue.
What is other people's farts?
Oh, breathing. You said breaking.
It says
yeah, that's what
breaking.
it says.
And it wouldn't be an inch is not a measure of volume.
For gas? Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
it
not.
must be a 1/4 in then. of every- I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. The whole thing makes no sense.
Poorly worded question. I'm going to file a lawsuit on that one. This is the worst question so far. That one was bad. It says breaking instead of breathing, and this is not a measurement
I
of
think
volume.
all of you should get points for that one since it was impossible.
Well, it doesn't
Okay.
make sense.
Well, hey, the game master said so. We're all getting points.
All right, 50s for 100. We're just gonna keep it.
All right, the 50s. This is your time, Dad.
Not really. It's actually before my time.
Which of the following had a big hit with My Secret Love?
Well, you gotta give us the following, right? Then we pick from it. It says which of the
Yeah,
following?
but there's nothing else.
Yeah, Jeopardy doesn't have multiple choice.
Sometimes it does. I
Does
think.
it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't give me options.
Okay, yeah, we're off the rails.
If I had some options, I could take a stab at it. But,
Alright, we have no takers.
yeah.
What is Doris Day?
I don't even know what any of these words
the
are.
50s are before my time, Marcel. So it doesn't. I don't have any advantage.
But like you were listening to music in the 60s, right?
60s, yeah. But,
Right. So like it was just
No.
right before.
It's like saying
I think
that
they're
you
still
listen to
hit.
stuff from the 90s or whatever, but or even the 2000s. Therefore, you should know the 80s.
I know
and
songs from the
70s.
90s.
80s
Probably.
and 70s. I mean,
Well, maybe not. Well, I do know some of those, right? Probably.
maybe, because some songs are.
You're
timeless.
closer to this than we are, is what I'm saying.
No, I think Doris Day. She's one who's Princess Leia's mom. Is Doris Day?
Queen Leia?
No, she was a princess.
Princess. Yeah.
Mom of a princess is a queen.
Oh,
Well, she wasn't. Leia wasn't her name. So,
That was the joke. That was the funny part. Come on, guys. All right, we're moving on here. Big D still got the board here.
yeah, 50s for 200.
We need for 200.
Okay. This band wears
shit.
the most makeup.
Beat you to it.
Alright, Big Chunk.
I'm going to hope that it's Kiss.
And you are correct.
Let's go. I'm so big out here. Big chungus.
Oh shit, it's a time ball game.
Kiss is from the 50s?
no.
Oh. Okay.
They're 70s,
Yeah.
80s.
I was like, damn, that's pretty old. I know
Maybe Gene Simmons was born in the 50s.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe,
No?
yeah, born. Right. Yeah.
Oh, it's me. Boogers for 100.
Okay. What do humans have to do to walk in a straight line? Alright, Big Chungus.
Put one foot in front of the other.
No.
Put one foot in front. That's a song. Okay.
I feel like this is looking for a very specific answer that I don't have.
What is look at something?
Oh, okay.
That's just not true. I mean, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you're looking.
I wasn't. I have my eyes
Do it with
closed.
your eyes closed then. You're not walking in a straight line. You're about to crash into the coffee table.
That's where I was headed.
No.
I feel like it's just not true. I feel like I can just like. I
Okay,
mean,
start-
like.
close your eyes and
They were
walk,
closed.
and walk towards your camera without crashing into it. Close your eyes. Oh, you were lost. You almost crashed into it.
I have my eyes closed. What do you mean? I almost.
That's what I'm
lost?
saying. You're not walking straight because you can't see. You can't focus on an object.
I just walked in a straight line.
You
from
did
there
it.
to there.
It was technically no, because you walked past the arm of the chair, but you ended
Yeah.
on, so it wasn't. You,
Okay.
You moved.
All right. Whatever. I think with enough practice, someone can do that. But anyways, I digress. I already lost points on that. Okay. Moving on here. I'm still in control. Grandma's time for 100.
Oh, this I might know.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in what?
What's that to do with grandmas?
Alright, man.
A steel cylinder.
I mean, I'm gonna say he gets it because it is, what is a Pringles can?
Is it made of steel?
Yes.
Alright.
The ashes.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Grandma's time for 200.
Alright. Who sings a song titled Grandma's Song?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
No clue.
Nobody's buzzing.
No one buzzers.
Alright. What is Gail Davies?
Who?
Yeah.
Never heard.
Someone
Never
who sings
heard.
a song about grandma's song.
Alright, we'll just keep going. 300 for Grandma.
Alright. What did the Romans use to make toothpaste?
Who should know? This is RomeBros.
Yeah, again, like.
Alright, Matt Man.
I'll just say baking soda.
No, that ain't
Unlucky dad. Rip.
it. What is urine?
I'm glad I didn't guess that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll
Hey,
never get
glad we
out.
stopped doing that.
Yeah, like,
That's
what?
pretty gross.
How do you even, like,
Don't question.
theorize? You know,
No.
like.
That's why their lifespan was really short.
One of the many reasons,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I know they used to use a pine cone back in the day to just as the brush.
Oh.
Pine cone.
Alright, Grandma's time for 400.
Get your points back, Dad.
Amazing Grace is the most popular song for what event?
I think I know it, but I don't want to lose 400 points.
Alright, we got Matt Man in first.
Funeral.
Yep, you
That
got
was
it.
my guess.
Oh.
All right, good job,
Damn.
Dad. That was
I've
my
been dying
guess.
to say that.
I'm glad you guessed
Dr.
first.
Booty Hole, what was your answer?
I was gonna guess baseball, like the World Series. So I'm glad that.
I think that's taking me out to the ball game.
Or the national anthem.
Right. Yeah.
Well, actually, they sing at the 7th inning or whatever they sing.
Yeah. Take
God
out.
Bless America or something like that. Yeah.
All right, Dad, we finishing it up?
Yeah, let's finish it up.
Alright.
Grandma's time forever.
Grandparents are this, ...
It's so many different things. Grandparents, there's so many things.
Yeah.
This is a poorly worded
I'm
question.
not risking any
Oh,
points
happy.
on that.
Yeah, like I have a lot of answers, but I don't want to risk any
Yeah.
points because I know it's not going to be right.
Yeah, yeah.
Tickled pink.
Very something super
What?
specific.
What is wrinkly?
See, that's true, but they're also
Yeah.
they're also the parents
Yeah.
of your
You
parents.
could have said old. You could have said dead.
Yeah, you could have said close to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sickly. You
But
know.
that's not true. I mean, some grandparents are on the younger side, so they're not really.
Yeah, not all of them are. You could have some, like, a very quick family tree.
I mean, yeah, you could have a
unwrinkled
40-year-old
grandparents.
woman be a grandparent.
Or
grandma.
plastic surgery, Botox.
Yeah,
I don't think that's legal anymore, is it?
sure, it's legal.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Wait, you don't Botox? It's still very legal.
Oh, okay. Well, they outlawed that in the 60s.
No. It's probably when they invented it.
Well, they outlawed it shortly after. All right, Dad, still you?
Is it?
I think so, right?
Okay. Let's go for boogers for 300.
All right. Our bodies make boogers to protect us from what? All right, Big Sean.
It's like stuff in the pollen, like viruses and particles in the air or in the pollen.
The answer is not scientifically correct. I'm gonna say.
Are they looking for one specific word?
Yeah.
One word? So I'm wrong, is what you're telling me?
You're incorrect, yes.
Okay.
Any other takers? What is aliens?
Alien.
That's totally false.
I thought that.
Alright.
I thought
I
that
don't
was
see how you
maybe
should be
bacteria.
Penalized.
Yeah.
I would have said dust, basically, but
Yeah, I don't think he should lose points for not guessing
it's
aliens.
Yeah, no, that was impossible.
because we don't know what the answer should be.
Alright, I get my points back. Let's go. Alright. Good.
Boogers for 400.
Boogers for 4.
Who sings a song called The Booger Song?
How do they actually get this many booger-related questions?
Question, I don't know. Even just saying the word booger makes
Like
me
when it came to genres, they didn't have 5 genre questions. They got 5 booger time.
priorities.
Nobody?
Yeah.
What is Theo-Y-Leo? I have no clue who that person is.
Theo Leo.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of them either.
That's a.
All right, let's just finish the category.
Well, it's not finished with 200 up here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did we
Let's
do
go-
200?
Let's
No.
go 500.
All right. What year was rock and roll born?
Come on, Dad, you gotta know that one.
I can't say. It could. I mean, it could be some point in the 50s, but I don't know.
If he gives a time range that's not too crazy, can he get it?
I would accept that.
Like maybe like
Like a 5-year range?
Yeah. 5-year.
Would you be willing to give a 5-year range, Dad?
Just the decade. What
I'll
decade?
say 1955.
Okay. What is early to mid 1950s?
We give that to him.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
takes those.
Yeah, he gets that.
Good job, Dad. Well, that was in boogers, by the way.
Boogers for 200.
All right, finishing up boogers. It could have been in the 50s. Why was that?
All right. Who invented the word nerd?
Our fellow people in high school.
I don't know.
All right. Time's up. What is Dr. Seuss?
Really?
Huh. How about that?
Okay.
Dr. Seuss
There
was
you
a
go.
Well,
bully.
what was his definition of the word?
Someone probably who enjoys.
I think the
Science
nerd.
and
No, one of the creatures who lives in Whoville is called the nerd. That's
Was he
factual.
smart or like?
No, that's just was the name. And
Why
I
do we
think-
now associate that with
became
smart
a
people?
slur.
And I think
Well, it's not
humans
smart.
turned it into
Originally,
something.
nerd was an insult, Marcel.
For being smart.
For like having the tape on the glasses, the pocket protector with
Yeah,
the
you're
pens.
smart. Get the
You're not smart. You're like socially inept.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what the kids these days call negative riz. I know
What?
Yeah. Isn't that what that is? Like no riz? Isn't that what?
You're using Zoom. That's after my decade. Man.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about people younger than me.
Isn't that what they say though? Yeah.
I think. Well, I don't know about negative. I know they say Riz
Yeah.
when they're talking about game, like how we would say game. You know, like man, you got game. They now say you got Riz. That's their word. I don't know if they say negative Riz though. I'm not sure if
I
that's.
think I
legit.
saw that somewhere.
Okay, what are we doing, Dad? You got 3 options.
This is 300.
We're actually gonna all have positive points. This is crazy.
All right. This voltage band sings Thunderstruck.
I don't know what voltage is, nor do I know what Thunderstruck is.
Man buzzed in first.
AC/DC.
You got it.
Oh, good
One
job.
of the greatest bands of all time.
All right. Well, Dad, I think you might be taken away with this one. Big D could make a comeback.
That's right. Yeah. This is
But Big D has to get both
everybody
of these
has
right.
a chance, and I could go negative.
Well, you wouldn't do that.
Probably not. Whereas 400 for the 50s.
All right. What is a group of
I
unicorns
used to know
known
this.
as?
Scotlandese.
I used to know this, but I don't know it now.
Corners?
I
Corners?
mean, I have to guess, right? in order to.
You might, if you guess too much, you might go underneath.
You
and
buzzed.
come in
So
line.
I did,
you
yeah.
do have to
I have
guess.
to guess.
Yeah.
A group of unicorns.
It would be like a gaggle.
Yeah,
It's-
that's
it's
right.
a- it's an actual word.
We're gonna say a pack.
Pack of unicorns.
Pack of
That's what you
unicorns. I wanted to say flock.
You can say fist. Maybe.
A fist of
You
unicorns.
said. So we'll give him fist.
I wanted to say flock,
Okay.
but
Unicorns are magical and sparkly, and
yeah. So
a group of them
a group of them.
would shimmer. They'd be a shimmer.
A shimmer of unicorns.
Is that the answer?
That is the answer.
I lost because of fucking unicorns.
Also, you buzzed in. You could have come in second if you didn't buzz.
Well, no, dude. Yeah, if you
gotta play for
yeah,
the win.
Yeah, you gotta play.
All right. I would just wait for a second.
Now I've won. Okay, 500.
All right. What is Alfred Hitchcock's fear? All right, Dr. Booty Hole.
What are birds?
No.
Oh, he made a movie about.
He did make a movie about the birds. Look at you.
Birds.
How you've fallen from grace.
Yeah.
We also made that it's a word for dizzy, whatever.
It was eggs. The answer was eggs.
Oh.
What?
All right. Well, folks,
Well, I have
that
a fear of mayonnaise, so you know.
Really, or you just don't like it?
I don't. I mean, I really
You really don't like
like
it.
needles and mayonnaise are probably my
needles to
biggest
get him
fears.
out. Yeah.
But I mean, insects, you know, are kind of like needles to me. So.
Yeah. No, yeah, we don't do insects at this house.
Yeah.
But
No.
So flying insects, like it just.
so like, did something happen with mayonnaise? Like, did you have a bad
No,
experience
well, I
where you ate it and
mean,
got sick?
yeah, I mean, there is that, right? I mean, you hear stories about people at picnics getting food poisoning from.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, that's like.
Well, it is
yeah.
weird, like any kind of like thing that like if you leave it for too long and it starts to grow hair, that is kind of weird.
I'm saying mayonnaise can go bad like in the same day, you know.
Oh, I
right?
didn't know that.
Yeah, at a picnic, people will get sick. from
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
I just don't really care for it, but like I don't have like a.
But, it's just everything about it wigs me out. You know, it's just the look of it. It gives me the creeps. You know?
All right.
I probably feel that way about corn.
Well, folks, there we go with the Jeopardy. Dad won 2 out of the 3. I won none because I know a lot about music. I came in second place though on this one.
Well, you guys let
And
me,
Big D
you know,
won
gave
one.
me 1955, so it was.
It was early to mid 50s.
So
you were mid
So you
50s.
probably won, you know, because you probably earned your points. I don't know.
No, I didn't earn shit. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming along. This isn't the end of the episode, though. Stay tuned. We're just going to change the... so it's going to be the camera instead of all this other mumbo-jumbo. So give me just a minute here. I think if I... Never mind. Sorry.
So all
Sorry.
that Jeopardy stuff, we weren't on camera at all.
No, we were. We're right down here in the corner.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
So we're there. So let me... What is this one? That one's the Yeti. We don't want to get rid of that one. This one we want to delete. Delete. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Delete. Yes. Delete. Yes. Delete. Yes.
Are you guys paused?
No,
Yeah,
this is
live.
happening. It's
Yeah.
There you go. Hey! Hey! What's going on, folks? Okay. And now
Knees.
Oh, I sit right here.
we have a computer. We're not going to look at it. Now we can just talk for
Alright.
Okay.
wherever we want. We can just chill.
We're gonna jump back into the questions at least, so it's not a little.
We can do the Dad, is there any fun stories about me you want to share to all the viewers?
Oh my God,
Any-
they're endless.
Anyone's in particular you think the viewers like to see?
So, do they know that you were born in the ambulance?
Have I mentioned that on the podcast? I think I mentioned that at work before. I don't think I mentioned it on the podcast.
That sounds familiar.
I haven't heard it, so.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there you go.
You want to tell your side of the story?
So, Marcel's mom, you know, like most moms, wanted the baby to come early. And her mom, who's had 5 kids, said, "Oh, well, if you do a lot of walking, you know, the baby will come sooner." You know, so she was walking like crazy, and then she called her mom, I guess late Saturday night, and told her symptoms, and her mom said, "Yep, I think you're going to be delivering very soon." So her mom came by like at 5 in the morning, and saw how she looked and how she was behaving. And said, "Yeah, there's no question about it. You are delivering today." She had 5 kids, so it's believable, right? So we go to the hospital, and it's like 7 in the morning, and they check her out, and they go, "Oh man, you're only dilated whatever 2 to 4 inches. It's not happening anytime soon. Just go back home." All right, and but her mom said, and she felt, she was having these kinds of symptoms that were, because she had Marcel has an older brother, so we go back home, go upstairs, and they'd given her something to relax her because she was feeling uncomfortable, and then I help her to get into the bed, and as soon as she gets in the bed, her water breaks.
Oh, wow.
And I go cuckoo. I'm like a chicken with his head cut off. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now, And I'm going, "Oh my God, her water broke. What do I do? What do I do?" And so I help her downstairs, which was not easy because she's having contractions every couple of minutes.
Oh man.
And I get her out to the car, and it was a Nissan Pathfinder, and to get into an SUV, you kind of have to step on the running board and step into the car. Well, when a pregnant woman's having contractions, she ain't stepping up into anything. Okay, ain't happening. And so I got her back into the house, and I called 911, and they come out, and the guy checks her out and says, "Oh my gosh, she's crowning. Get her into the ambulance fast." And they put her on a stretcher, and then while they taking her out on a stretcher, my older son, who's about 2.5 years old, is coming down the road with his grandpa. They had gone to a pancake thing, just something to do. And I'm screaming at him, "Go, go!" 'Cause I didn't want his older brother, to see his mom on a stretcher.
Oh yeah.
So I'm yelling like crazy to get out of here, turn around. So I'm following the ambulance, and in the ambulance I see this medic going crazy, jumping up and down, and just doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm just in a panic, thinking that I'm going to lose my wife and my kid. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man.
And then as soon as we got close to the Narrows Bridge, that's that famous bridge you saw in elementary school, that
I showed on the podcast.
Oh yeah, the
Galloping
Wiggling
Gertie, the one I
Bridge.
showed.
Yeah.
Galloping Gertie, they called it. And right before that bridge, the guy in the back of the ambulance stopped jumping around. That's when I was really panicking. And I was like, why isn't he doing anything? The only reason he's not doing anything is because she's passed away, And
Oh man.
all these horrible thoughts going
Yeah.
through my head, And I get to the hospital, and I run up to the floor where her room's at, and she's not there. And then a few minutes later, she comes, they're wheeling her in, and there's a baby on her chest or whatever, and that was Marcel. So he's always been a real pain.
Well, thanks, Dad.
Well, I can imagine, he went through every emotion in the spectrum there, from being worried that you guys were dead to
His own fault.
You
he could have gone in there, just not thinking at all.
And then
I had any emotions.
And then I had his birth certificate changed because they had him as being born in Tacoma, and I had it changed to say that he was born, and they say en route.
And
Yeah. So
that's cool.
So that's his official birth
Yeah,
certificate.
he was
So
born on the move.
On the move.
Yeah.
Back in the ambulance.
So that's crazy story number one. And then the next crazy story that comes to mind is on his first birthday. Okay, his first birthday. So for our older son, when he had his first birthday, we put a piece of cake on his high chair, and he picked up the piece of cake and shoved it, kind of tried to put it into his mouth, and got all the cream all over his face. Pretty typical what you'd expect a baby to do.
Yeah.
Right? Or any child, And most kids love sweets and stuff like that. Marcel, we put a piece of cake on his high chair, and he looked at it in terror. And so I put the tiniest amount of icing, just icing. I mean, it's almost like a grain of rice or something. It's so small. And just like a single tine of a fork, a little tiny fork. And I put it close to his mouth, and he was in sheer terror. and he finally kind of like licked it, but then he decided, I'm not sure that I can't admit to you that I like it or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's Marcel style. He refuses to admit that you're right about something.
This wasn't my idea. So I'm not into this.
So
Man.
he was a real pain in terms of having to feed him.
Yeah.
Because he hated just about every food. And I always predicted that he was going to marry a bowl of cereal because that was the only time he was ever really happy as a child, was when he would be eating cereal.
That's one of the few things that we do connect on is our lack of interest in most foods. Now, while I do eat a lot of food, like the foods that I'm into, I eat a lot of, but like I do kind of understand where he's coming from. And,
Well, like, do you eat any kind of meat?
Well, yeah. I will eat a hamburger, you know, but
You say that,
Yeah.
like it's a natural thing.
yeah.
He's never had a hamburger. He's never had a hot dog. I don't even think he's ever had pizza.
I've had cheese pizza, no sauce.
No sauce.
How do you have cheese pizza? It's called cheese bread.
Yeah, that's just a breadstick.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think I've tried a bite of cheese pizza with sauce, but I don't like it. So
Yeah.
no
And-
pepperoni though. Definitely no pepperoni.
And then when we moved into the house that we live in now, there was a house that they were building up the hill from
This
us.
is a great one.
And the road to that house, I mean, it is steep. It is really steep.
Very steep.
And then Marcel, I think, in his infinite wisdom, I mean, this is a typical kid thing to do, nothing really unusual about it. But he decided, I think, to take his scooter down that road.
Oh boy.
Yep.
And it was like, holy guacamole. I mean, he was like going, and he did it. And he went, no helmet. He went like head first.
Did I have that no helmet?
You must have, because you destroyed your forehead.
I was an idiot.
And then he was screaming because he had so much blood. He
Yeah.
was screaming, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And I'm thinking, oh, good. My misery will be over.
Let me tell my version of that story.
Okay.
So I'm taking my scooter up this big-ass hill, right? So steep. Steepest hill probably that you can drive a car up without it, like, toppling over. It is steep, okay? And I'm like, I'm going to go all the way to the top of this thing on my scooter, and I'm going to have so much fun going down it. And I go about halfway up, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, I'm not going to go all the way up. I'm just going to go halfway up. And I hop on my scooter, and I start going, and, like, just immediately, I'm already going too fast. I'm like, this is bad. I try hitting the brakes. You can't brake because it's a scooter. The brakes kind of are shit, right? And there's rocks at the bottom of this driveway. And scooters can't go on rocks, in case you've ever had a scooter. So I figure I got three options. I can either try to bunny hop over the rocks, I can either go through the rocks, or I can ditch the scooter. So I chose to ditch the scooter. And I didn't make it very well. Landed face first into the rocks. Got 6 stitches in my head, right here.
Damn.
Which is healed pretty well. You can't really see the scar very much.
Right,
Used to be a very notable scar for most of my life, but it's gone most of the way now. But yes, I did start screaming that I was going to die. It was so much blood, man. It's right at your face, like right here.
Oh, yeah.
Like you just see
Yeah.
it. Like it's
Yeah,
bad.
certain spots just
So-
produce humongous amounts of blood.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Like 6-ish?
Well, we moved into there in, I think it was 2006.
So
it's
6
probably
or 7?
somewhere that time frame. So you're probably
Yeah.
about 6 and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Goodness.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
Never took my scooter up that hill again.
And then there was a time when they had in the yard, they had a rope that they were swinging from, and his older brother pulled him back a little bit too far and let go. At such a huge height, he ended up falling and breaking his arm. So that was
Okay.
But he
Have I
didn't,
told that story on the
At
podcast?
work, I feel like.
but he
I
didn't
told that
scream or
story, yeah.
nothing. So he was, but
That was-
but he kind of turned white. It was like you knew as a parent, this is not good.
Oh yeah, like when they're
as
not
a,
crying.
As a parent,
yeah.
you have an instinct about certain things because you're familiar with your kid's body language. You know right away. As a
Yeah.
parent, like, oh, this is gonna be bad.
That was fun because it was just a rope, and I would just hold on to the middle part. My brother would pull it. It would pull me up, right?
And let go.
And so I
and
told my
you
brother to
swing
pull
through
it
the air.
as hard as you can,
Yeah.
and he pulled it so I kind of rolled up the rope because he pulled it so hard. My mother just carried me, and I just went flying, and then just landed. I couldn't breathe when I landed. I got the wind knocked out of me. I couldn't breathe. That's why I didn't cry. That's why I couldn't breathe. But then I got my win back, and then we were like, all right, we're going back inside, because that's how it was when you were a kid. You know, you play until someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
Or the sun goes down.
Yeah,
so we went inside, and then I'm like, oh, my arm kind of hurts, and then went to the hospital, and they're like, yeah, your arm broke. And I was like, oh, okay.
And they ended up having to put a pin, I think, eventually.
That was the other
They
arm
had to
break.
re-break. Was that the other arm?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that one now.
That was when I felt the tire. Felt tire at school.
Oh, yeah.
I felt tire at school. And I just landed on it funky because it was only like a 3-foot drop or something. It wasn't that far of a drop.
Well,
and I just fell on it weird. And I started telling everyone I broke my arm because it was my second break.
Right.
So I knew it broke. And I was just screaming on the ground like, I broke my arm. No one believes me because I fell 3 feet, you know? And so all my friends like gather around me and they're just like looking at me. And as soon as they see the tears, then they're like, oh, we got to go get someone. So I thought I was just joshing around. And then they took me in, casted it up, and then it healed wrong. So they had to go in, drill holes, re-break it, and put a pin in it. And recast me up. So I still have the scar for the pin.
How long were you in a cast, though, through all of this?
I don't know. Do you remember, Dan?
I don't know.
How long did you be in cast? Like 6 months or something? A couple months?
No, usually it's just, a couple of months.
A couple months, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool when they pulled the pin out. I could feel it come out, but it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt at all. It's like they started pulling it out, and I was like, ugh. And like, does it hurt? And I was like, no. And they just kept pulling it out. You could just like feel your flesh closing around the gap that left. Really cool sensation. Don't recommend it because you have to break your arm to get it, but it didn't hurt. It was really interesting because it just didn't hurt at all.
And then another classic is we were in Office Depot, or no, one of those office stores, and he finds like this black piece of foam on the floor, tiny piece, you know, say it's a ball shape, and he puts it in his nose. You know, why? I don't know why.
So not much has changed.
And then on the ride home back, I have no knowledge that he did this, right? He's screaming his head off, it hurts! It hurts! You know, and it's like, what hurts? Like, you know, and I get a flashlight, and there's a freaking thing in his. I was like, who does that?
How old was I? Like 5? Was that in their old house? It must have been. I don't think I was.
Yeah, that was on Reed.
Yeah.
You know, and his mother was out of town. And I'm freaking out.
Man.
Like, what do I do now? You
So
know,
now you gotta tell his mom that this happened on your watch.
No, that was
you're just
it.
trying to figure it out.
Is I call her up looking for advice, and she's like, "Hey, it's on your watch. You take care of it." You know, she's like hangs up on.
Damn. Sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Oh man, good times, good times. Those were the days.
Man.
The good old days.
And then did he tell you about when he dropped out of college?
Bits and pieces, yeah.
Yeah, because we never really got the true 1000% story. But so anyway, he doesn't tell us that he's dropped out / flunked out. Doesn't tell us. Okay, it's the end of the school year, and I got my stuff in storage. He puts his stuff in storage, like he's going back the following year. And he had given me permission to like look at his records and stuff online, so I'm just checking to see, you know, if the money, if we owe anything, whatever. And I see his grades, and he's flunked all his classes.
Oh, damn.
And he hasn't said a word yet to anybody. And
Sheesh.
and so I'm thinking, well, then why did you put your stuff in storage? Like you're going back the fall.
He just didn't know how to tell him?
Yeah, I was just ashamed. I didn't know how to tell him. So
Yeah.
you know,
I can imagine that.
postpone the issue than to face it head on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then just throw money away by putting.
It wasn't that expensive. It really wasn't that bad. We went and got it a couple months later. Like, come on. And that was a fun trip. We went to do my stuff. That was a good father-son bonding.
I'll give you all these negative stories, but that was a fun road trip. So we went from St. Louis to his college in Colorado. So we went
Oh, wow.
north
okay.
of Denver.
So, yeah, that's
North
almost
of
cross
Denver.
country.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
So I think we stayed the first night like in Wichita or something like that, and then went the rest of the way there. And that was kind of an interesting trip. So we ended up stopping in this place in Kansas on both
the way
directions,
there and the way back.
way there, way back, to get like breakfast. A place called Goodland, Kansas, and they have like this giant easel in I mean, it's like a sculpture type of thing. I mean, it's huge. It's humongous. It's like 50 feet tall or something crazy. And on the easel is a picture of a sunflower, because apparently the sunflower is a big deal in Kansas. It must be their state flower or something, you know. And we stopped there. And what I kind of liked about the place was like that the cost of housing there seemed like super, super low.
Oh, yeah, you'd imagine.
And this is back before the
nowhere.
crazy housing boom. But back then, which wasn't that many years ago now, you could have probably bought a house for like 50 grand or something.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of nowhere. You
Yeah,
have like 2
yeah,
hours
nobody
to
wants
get
to
to
live
any
in
town.
Kansas.
Well, the thing is like Colorado is super expensive, including eastern Colorado. But western Kansas is basically the same geography.
Yeah, just flat nothing, basically.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you're elevated, so Kansas kind of, because Colorado is pretty elevated, so they're both elevated areas. But property in Kansas was a lot cheaper at that time than it was in just for being in Colorado. You paid a lot extra for the privilege of saying you're from Colorado. So if you're like close to the border of Kansas and Colorado, you're paying a lot more for your house than someone who's in Kansas.
Huh.
I don't know why that would be, you know.
Yeah, maybe it's just for that area code.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And so that was a really fun trip, and
That was a good time.
still don't really know all that happened at that university. It's just, but he, you know, we had made a contract that we would pay a certain amount, and he was responsible for everything above that, and he would pay us back. And so he eventually cleared his debt. So he, you know, and he's self-sufficient. So as a parent, that's all you really care about. That you produce someone who can take care of themselves.
Yeah, and he's not a criminal,
Yeah.
you know, or
Yeah.
like a sex pest or anything like that, you know?
You know, so it's
Functioning member of society.
Yeah, he's able to function independently.
Yeah.
So,
Better
but
than most. Let's go.
the thing is he's taken all kinds of like AP classes in high school, and I mean, he's got the potential to do more than he's probably doing now. But you know, it's his life, so he has to, you know, live it on
That's
his
what I
own.
gotta deal with, folks. It's being told I'm not living up to my potential. Every
Well, I
time
mean,
you know what I
I
mean.
tell you all the time, like, I always make mention of your giant brain, so,
Yeah.
you know, like, I get where it's coming
And
from.
even just something like spreadsheets, you really would be better, I think, if a job.
You have any idea how many times I've told my supervisors to let me do any spreadsheet business? Even if it doesn't need a spreadsheet, just tell me what's happening and I'll make a spreadsheet for it. I told them this so much. I told them it like 7 times. I've even made like 3 spreadsheets to show them how good I am. And they just don't care. I'm like, what do you want from me, man? I can't do
Well, it is the
more than
government,
this.
you know, but, you know, so.
Ridiculous, man.
Yeah, he quotes you a lot when it comes to, like, government stuff.
Good enough for the government?
Yeah.
That's from you. What else do you say about
It's
the
good
government?
enough for government work.
Yeah.
Because I work for Boeing on a government contract.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I say it. So, yeah, it's good enough for
Look
government
at age
work.
very well. Oh, man. Yeah, and you also had what else? Hair today, gone tomorrow. I've been using that one a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For pretty much everything.
Yeah. I just
fun.
love
Yeah,
saying it. Like,
yeah.
this is going to be completely unrelated, and I'll say, well, you know what they say. Hair today, gone tomorrow. I don't know why I think it's so funny. I'm just turning into you, Dad. I'm realizing. Just using all your horrible dad jokes.
Yeah, it happens to everybody
I know.
eventually. They get up there in the years and start using their dad jokes.
No, I'm 24. I'm more using dad jokes. No! It's too
Well,
early.
it's just going to get worse.
Or it's only going to get better.
I'm saying, as far as age-wise, this is it. I mean, this is the end of your youth, if you will. You know, it's that stretch from 18 to 24 when you're considered, you know, you qualify as independent. No one can tell you what to do, but you still enjoy that zest and energy of a young person.
Do you think next year I'm not going to have any energy?
Yeah, it starts going downhill pretty rapidly. Yeah.
Well, I guess we better get ready, folks.
Yep. Yeah.
And if you're watching this and you're under the age 25,
Yeah.
remember that.
Well, it's really bad for like high tech workers. It's like when you're in your 20s, your high tech job is going great, but then when you enter your 30s, it's like all of a sudden now your knowledge is like 5 to 10 years old,
Oh, man.
and you're like, that's like Stone Age in high tech world. You know, something. If you know something from 10 years ago, that's a long time ago. Your skills are no longer relevant. And then
I
plus,
think that's with like most things. Just maybe it doesn't fall off as quickly.
right, yeah, but it's particularly harsh for people who work in high tech. So that's why a lot of people end up deciding not to go that route because they see the handwriting on the wall, and it's like, the heck with that. I'm better off, wasting my time as a lawyer or a doctor, because then you'll be pretty much employed all the time.
Lawyer never changes. Like the law is
the
so hard to
law's the law.
change.
They invent new things to sue you on.
They do, I suppose. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, like the main laws are gonna. And if they get changed, it's like a really big thing. Like it takes a very long time. You'd be reading about it for a while.
Yeah, it's usually
so
news.
See it coming.
Yeah, if there's like some law that's been abolished.
Well, I'm saying for like civil suits, they keep inventing new categories
No, do they?
to sue.
That
over.
sounds like the government.
Well, they'll help pass a law that says it's now legal for you to sue for this reason, and that creates new business for them.
Yeah, that sounds like the government always adding more.
Yeah. Yeah. Fixing what ain't broke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just
We do that
yeah,
quite
just going
often.
in there.
Well, people want government to do things like the roads and police and schools, and that's kind of your basic stuff there, right?
They do a lot more than that. They waste so much more time than just on those.
Well,
things.
but if you look at where they spend their money on,
salary for people.
No, but I mean, they'll charge it to this is Department of Transportation, this is, the Department of Education. If you look at where they spend the money on, I think that those are going to be some of the areas that stand out.
I mean, probably but even just wages at Department of Revenue. I mean, how much money do you think is just going to pay our wage to collect money from?
Hey,
people?
don't eliminate our job. We went to a town hall meeting, and this lady gave a presentation, but before she was even finished, he figured out, her job's not even needed.
Oh my god, that was the funniest thing.
So
her job.
One of
No,
her,
you got to be kidding me.
No.
one of her job. I know this is great. One of her job responsibilities. I'm sure there were other ones. Okay, but one the only reason she was called up to the podium was to talk about how she was trying to get people to donate money to some fund. Where everyone donates their money tax-free donation, and then the state donates it to whatever fund needs it. Okay, and she was like, we made $10,000 or $16,000 last year, and I'm like, lady, you get paid at least $30,000. If we just cut your job out of the equation and use all your salary, we can double the amount of money we're donating here, folks.
But that's just one part of her job.
Yeah, presumably there's more to her job. But again, the only reason she walked up to
But
the
you sent
stand...
her an email saying
No,
that?
I did not.
I thought you said you were emailing.
It was a joke. I wasn't going to do that. I'm sure she
Yeah.
does other
This
stuff.
lady's going to be out of a job. That's what I was so worried for.
Well, that's an interesting topic, though, because, something like AI has the potential to bring, accelerate automation.
Yeah.
And but see, I'm a fan of productivity. I say go for it.
Yeah.
Anything that boosts human productivity, do it. There could be some short-term discomfort as people lose their job, but it'll end up in eventually creating new jobs, right? New opportunities, new possibilities.
Do you think, as a species, though, that we would get too lazy if AI was just doing everything for us?
There's always got to be more to do.
Well, because, just look at how, if you look at kids now and, how much time they spend on their phones and, just how, detached and, we just don't feel like we connect.
Is it detached or is it just different?
Well, no, it's very different. But I'm just saying, you talk to it, because, even you were
Yeah, why couldn't these kids of today be into booze and pop like my generation was?
Saying it, man. But I know that's a generational thing with each generation.
Mm.
But what was that movie? What was it, Wall-E or something? You know how eventually the humans were just these blobs that didn't have to move or even have the strength to use their limbs anymore. Just because.
It could just be like a brain in a jar, but you could say that's what's going on right now. That this is all simulation. And
We already are the
and we're
brain.
just
Yeah.
brains in a jar.
How many layers deep are we?
Scary to think about. Man.
The whole Matrix thing.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's very scary to think about.
But no, I think it's really about productivity and being able to create new things. And I think that's just we're always going to be wired to want to do that. So if you had the tools to do something, to create something new, you will. You know, I'm not saying that if our productivity enhances, that and you refuse to work, that you should be fed or housed or anything like that. I mean, that's not my point of view. But some
Yeah.
people do believe that, right?
Yeah.
You know, that you have certain set of rights that you should be fed, you should be housed, or whatever. That's not my personal point of view. But if that's what the majority believe, that's what we would do.
Well, I mean, you definitely should have to contribute on some level, I would think.
Well, but if there's no consequences, then some people will choose not to.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like...
They always choose not. I mean, they do that right now. There's lots of people that don't contribute at all.
Yeah.
You know. But I'm talking about strictly from the point of view of assuming you're still responsible for yourself. You're responsible for feeding yourself, responsible for housing yourself, you know, stuff like that. If productivity goes up, it will allow you to do more than you're doing now. You'll feel, I think, more satisfied in a sense.
Yeah.
Right?
I can see that.
Have
Flip
you
side of
ever
the
felt
question,
satisfied?
though.
I mean, like you guys are using all this technology to create something,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, you're not being paid for it. You
Not
know.
yet.
Well,
We're going towards that one day.
Don't hold your breath.
Big D and I are making it big. I told him in about 20, 30 years, we're going to be huge.
But the point is AI could speed this process up for you.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that Marcel had to go through to get this going,
Well, in theory, you would just save, like you would make it once and then save the template, and then you could just use it again.
somehow the AI would speed this process up for you. So it doesn't mean that you're just going to choose to sit around like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
It just means you'll be able to your content will improve, and you'll get to where your destiny awaits you. You'll get there quicker.
Your destiny
Now,
awaits you.
the flip side of that question, do you think that we'll ever get to the point where AI decides that they don't need us anymore?
Right, that's a classic science fiction genre, if you will. Okay, so but my answer would be yes. There's always going to be that the one where the AI determines, you know, it's programmed, somehow it's been programmed to do something, and as part of that program algorithm, it concludes that humans are the problem. But the counter then is that someone else will have developed an AI application that says humans are the solution. So those AI programs will
just
duke
kind of
it
bump
out.
heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who wins, though?
Well, we don't know that.
Sheesh.
All right, well, folks.
But I don't fear it because it's like it's an extreme, but the extreme applies to the other end of the spectrum. So they would be the ones battling it out, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it is a concern, it's so far away, right? I mean, AI.
Well,
we're getting
but
there,
that's the whole
but
point about AI is it becomes
It's really far away.
it's going to evolve.
Right, yeah,
It's
like,
that, it's that rocket ship mentality. It's going to take off.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, you have to get really far, though, to conclude that humans, your creator, are the problem. Right? I mean, like, humans, we've gone for
Well,
how
no, because
long, and even we don't
it'll
figure out where
analyze
yours is
what's
the
going
problem.
on on Earth, and we'll see all these wars,
yeah.
all
just
this
take a look
crime,
at
all this evil.
the climate, climate
I'm just
change.
saying, why don't
you know?
we, as a human species, blame that on God, on our creator? Right? God created us to have wars, to have hatred, to have, he can make it rain more on failing
Well,
crops.
there's a church
Why
of-
don't we try to rip
Well,
it
no,
out?
I
against God?
think that
Church
would
of
be.
Satan.
I would think that would be the argument in favor of atheism.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, like there are people doing
So that's
that.
why, as someone who's Jewish, I'm like thinking, no real decent Jewish person can believe in God after the Holocaust. It's like that's proof that there is no God. I mean, that's like, I was like, think about
Pretty
it.
definitive, yeah.
It's hard to argue.
I mean, if anything's going to shake your faith, that ought to be it, right? I mean,
It's very hard to
Yeah, the
argue.
point is, right, is it's like we're not rebelling against God. We're not, like, trying to get rid of God.
Some people are though. Isn't that like you said? Isn't that what being an atheist is?
But, like, we haven't successfully, I don't think we've, like, overthrown God or attacked God or anything. Atheism just, like, we're, like, I mean, I would consider myself to be relatively atheist. I don't try to, like, dethrone God or try to get God out of my life.
yeah, I would say I'm a God-fearing atheist. So, what does that mean? You say, okay? Well, here's what it means: is okay. I'll go ahead and go along with the notion that there is a quote creator of the universe, and we'll label that creator God. But that's where I stop, and I go. There's no reason for me to believe that creator cares anything about what's happening on this planet.
Oh, so you think we're like the old toy that just...
No,
they just made it and just...
So the creator designed the rules of the universe, atoms and electrons, whatever, and put that into motion. But how it, ends up playing out, that creator could care less.
When you put marbles down a little marble track, you're just watching the marbles spin. I guess sometimes you get invested in one of the particular marbles, but are you paying attention to every single marble?
I mean, you think about the vastness of the universe.
Yeah.
There's billions of galaxies, and each galaxy has billions of stars. The enormity of it is so huge, right?
Yeah.
So it just seems ridiculous to think, oh yeah, the creator of all that really cares about this little tiny speck.
And on that little tiny speck, there's one little teeny tiny little person.
Yeah.
There's this one little teeny tiny thing. So yeah, that's definitely a tough thing to think about. But I'm saying, like, if like we make AI, to AI we would be its creator, presumably, right? So it might at some point get the atheist route where it's like, humans are kind of stupid. But like, is it gonna like try to get rid of us, try to kill us, try to overthrow us? I think they're just trying to like more like ignore us. It just try to do its goal without hurting us. I don't think it would just try to like kill us. That's pretty rude.
Well, but it might, right? I mean they've had science fiction, stories along those lines.
Of course.
So it's just how it plays out,
Yeah.
But I say that different people are going to be using AI for different reasons, and just as likely as it becomes this malevolent force, it's going to be a benevolent force, and they'll compete.
And then we'll have it as a neutral force at the end of it.
Yeah.
It'll merge into a big neutral blob of apathy.
Yeah.
And then AI will make something.
But I don't know if you're like we celebrate Thanksgiving. Do you know why we celebrate Thanksgiving?
To give thanks for the giving.
Yeah, and I don't know the exact reason, no.
Well, I mean, it may not really be the correct reason, but it's my interpretation of it. Okay, it's because the Pilgrims tried different economic systems to survive. They originally kind of started off kind of like as, quote, socialists. They said, we're all going to work, and then, we'll combine our resources and then divvy it up equally. And of course, some people just sat on their ass and did nothing, or they gave the bare minimum. They didn't try very hard. Kind of went through the motions,
Yeah.
And they didn't produce enough, and they almost starved to death. And then I think they learned it from the Native Americans. They learned this concept of, hey, you get to keep what you produce. And boom, they produced way more than they ever had before. And it blew their minds. And that's basically capitalism.
Ah.
Okay? So the principle is that when you allow people to keep more of what they produce more. Their productivity soars. So higher productivity is a good thing.
I was waiting for the
They give us an incentive, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Or we could all sit on our ass and get nothing done and all die.
Or that.
What do we think? Wait, we work really hard, get a lot of food, or don't do any work and die? What do we think? It really could go either way.
Comment down below.
But they didn't understand. So they kind of discovered, they stumbled upon capitalism.
You think the Pilgrims didn't know about capitalism? Where did they come from?
Because
Did they
back
come
in
from
those days,
capitalism?
everything belonged to the king or the church or whatever.
Okay.
And so this notion of people being able to control their own destiny was unheard of.
Really? I don't know. It's always just been. I always felt like that's always how it was. I guess maybe back in the day it wasn't like that. Capitalism. That's what Thanksgiving's all about, folks. Capitalism. You heard it here first on RomeBros.
That's right.
Thanksgiving is about capitalism. So next time you're sitting down eating a turkey,
It's about the principle of productivity. Productivity increases when you allow people to keep more of what they produce.
and that's exactly why capitalism is what Thanksgiving's all about. That's what it's all about.
I think we got the title of this episode.
They're calling it capitalism, and then it's like a Thanksgiving turkey or something.
Yeah, capitalism is what Thanksgiving's all about.
There we go.
Yeah, we are right at an hour.
We are right there. Well, folks, we appreciate you coming by, stopping in, saying hello.
Yeah.
Again, make sure you comment down below. We still haven't gotten a single comment. We know people watch more than one, so why aren't you commenting? It takes 4 seconds. Just go down.
I didn't learn about your podcast until very, very recently.
Yeah.
And you said you've been doing them for now, like
Couple
6
months.
months.
If it makes you feel any better, I haven't told my parents about this either. Like, I haven't told them to watch.
We
this,
talk
right?
about some
Yeah.
things in the podcast
Yeah,
that
it's definitely not
normally,
PG.
like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to know about my child. Like, if I had a child and they were talking about the things that I talk about on this podcast, I wouldn't want to know about it. So I don't want to
Yeah.
say to do that. I told you one of the title of the episodes, it's 3-Way with Your Parents.
Right.
Do you really want to listen to
No,
that?
I'd skip that
You really
episode.
want to? So, I'm just saying, you might not want to listen.
But if you title your episodes correctly,
What do you
then I can
correct
have the option of choosing to watch it or
Well,
not.
we did
talked about a
cover
lot of
that in
things.
that episode. We did.
We definitely did.
Yeah.
I mean, our titles are just like one thing that we talk about in the episode, right? It's
Sure.
like the title, this one, Capitalism, is what Thanksgiving's all about. We talk about other stuff too, though.
Right.
We can't put everything in the title.
No, but I think if it had 3-Way with your parents would skip that one.
Well, it does have 3 with your parents, so you can skip that one
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that's been fun.
Yeah.
We will see you next week for another episode. And as always, you gotta say dog jump off bed.
Dog, jump off bed.
Philosophy! That's our catchphrase then. Because was it episode 1 or something?
Yeah, it was the first episode.
It was the first episode. What did I say? I don't even know how it came to be. I was just like, you can make philosophy out of anything. You can make philosophy off of a dog jumping off a bed. And then,
Okay.
boom, now it's our catchphrase. So we say it at the end of every episode.